All right, here we go. We're back for episode 98, another week. I just remembered daylight savings comes back, goes away, whatever. We gain an hour, and so we'll be able to have more daylight. Yay.
Get an extra hour of sleep tonight.
Is it extra hour? Okay, so it goes back. It goes back 1 hour. Okay.
Never mind. You lose an hour because it's spring forward, right? In the spring.
Spring
and then
forward.
All back in the fall.
Okay. Well, that's okay. Doesn't matter now because I don't work, so all the time in the world. So what do we have for episode? Let's see. Oh yeah, we have a couple of earnings as we wind up earnings season. I guess we can't go past without talking about the companies that fuel the hyperscalers. So let's see. Broadcom, Marvell dropped their earnings this week. Again, kind of sad. Missed that one, but I had it. And then another robotics company. I've never heard of this robotics company, humanoid, but huge raise. And so I guess we'll just give them a mention. And then, talking more about the hot topic of the week, which is OpenClaw and personal agents. So I think that'll be a recurring theme going forward, at least until the hype dies down. Just because we need viewers, and so the viewers want to talk about OpenClaw, so we'll talk about OpenClaw.
Yeah, if you're using OpenClaw or any of these bots for experimenting, let us know in the comments. I'll love to chat about it.
Okay.
All right, let's start with the chip earnings. Broadcom to start. They reported earnings and they had a strong quarter, and they even raised guidance with revenue up very well year over year. So let's look at the numbers. Revenue, almost $12 billion in the last quarter, which beat expectations. And of that, $4 billion was due to AI. So that's chips being sold for AI purposes. They raised guidance because just like NVIDIA did, everyone is still purchasing up all this technology to power their AI infrastructure. Talked about an EBITDA margin of about 64%, which is one of the highest in the semiconductor industry. So all in all, Broadcom did very well in their earnings, but let's see what their stock did. Did you see what their stock did?
It was up a little bit. It was good, but it's not like it blew it out of the park and it was up like 20%. We'll save that. We'll save that shocker. We'll save that for Marvell. Hint, hint. Yeah, I mean, it was okay earnings, right? If you think about Broadcom, it's mainly a networking company, but they do help build chips for all the hyperscalers. So Google, Meta, Amazon, who design their own chips. Broadcom helps with that. And then, so I mean, it was good. Nothing disappointing. So it wasn't down. It was up. But yeah, that's
looks like it finished the week about 5% up. So that's pretty good. And quite honestly, stuff going on in Iran, geopolitical issues is holding the market down. So the thought here is that if that wasn't the case, then this probably would have went up even more.
So Marvell's fiscal revenue was like $2.2 billion, which was up 22% year over year. EPS was 80 cents on the dollar. But I think what people were really anchoring on was their guidance around AI. And so that basically sent the stock up like 20%, which is like it's kind of crazy. But yeah, so I mean, they were guiding higher. AI was the big word, but they were guiding out for 2027, 2028, showing pretty significant growth. And I think that's just, again, there was a bit of concern that the AI hype train would be dying down, but Marvell kind of countered that to say, nope, we anticipated actually going to help us grow. Like, what are these numbers? 30, 40% year over year, each subsequent year. So accelerating throughout the years. And market liked that response and sent it up 20%.
Yeah, if you think about it though, so Marvell's revenue is $1.43 billion in the last quarter, compared to Broadcom's, which is $12 billion. So I mean, Small player for sure, but that just gives you the kind of scale of all these prominent
Yeah,
AI specific chip makers
yeah,
who are really benefiting from like what OpenAI specifically started, right, with
yeah,
the launch of ChatGPT.
yeah, yeah. And
Marvell
Marvel
isn't
has
a GPU maker. They focus on connectivity and infrastructure around
yeah,
compute.
yeah,
And so they build electro-optics, which connect GPUs across racks,
yeah.
custom ASICs, hyperscaler AI chips, storage
Hmm.
controllers, which is AI
Hmm.
data pipelines, and networking silicon, which is cluster communication. So they make the machines talk to the
Yeah,
machines.
yeah. That's the only previously the only thing I knew about Marvel or how I knew about them was one second. Okay. The only thing I knew about the only reason I know about Marvell like back in the day is because they made the networking chips for um, motherboards.
Mm,
Is how most people like your average person, especially PC builders, right? Your motherboard would either have a Marvell networking chip or it'd have an Intel chip. So that's basically the only reason I know about them. Well, in the past, but obviously now.
yeah. This is crazy. So, I mean, I think I've talked to you about me having that Mangot stock
Hmm?
acronym in my
Yeah,
portfolio, and I still have it. Now with all this guidance, I'm like, man, I should just double down on that for the next couple years
yeah,
here. I
yeah.
think that's what I'll
Well, I
do,
mean,
actually. I'll shift a lot of my portfolio over to that.
um, but Marvell, I mean, it's still down. It was down pre- pretty significantly from an all time high. I think it was like 120, 140, and now it's back to 90. I think this pump sent it almost to like 90-ish, right? So I mean, it's still down. It was down a lot, and so 20%. It's like okay, it's got some of that back. Um, but no, I think the before you dive into chips, I think it's played out. From what I've read, it's like
Mm,
photonics is the next thing. They're a little bit
photonics.
higher. They're a little bit higher in the food chain that people need, and so that's actually been the play. I've missed that boat also, but those stocks are up bigly. Like a what is it? AOXI? AOXI? Is that what it is? I think that was the hot one that was also running um, this past week. It's up like 100%. It's like kind of it's ridiculous.
Marvell
A
is in there.
O
It
I.
says networking and infrastructure with photonics exposure is Marvell.
Yeah,
But the pure play photonics, Lumentum Holdings,
yeah,
optical transceivers, lasers, and
yeah,
components.
yeah,
Coherent Corporation, which is producer of lasers, optical modules, and photonic materials,
yeah,
and IPG Photonics. These are probably big companies,
yeah,
and so the smaller players are probably
yeah,
going higher.
yeah. Okay, yeah, I was right. The ticker AAOI. Yeah, it's just it's ridiculous. This pat
Eoxy, is that it?
AAOI. I
What's the
don't know if
company?
that's it. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Applied Opto Electronics Inc.
Yeah, there you go.
You must still be using Google.
No, no, I'm looking at the way I have my trading views set up. It's like I don't have it tell me. I don't have like the name of the company. I just know the ticker.
I'm using ChatGPT, Tony.
Are you? Yeah, I don't. Speaking of
Tell me everything you need to
ChatGPT,
know.
speaking of ChatGPT, ever since 5.4, it's just it talks so much that I just like I don't ask it short answer questions because it'll just
Yeah.
spiel at me for like 5 minutes, and it's like I don't need. Just give me a short answer. All right, and so let's see robots. I guess we would talk robots in a couple of weeks because it's kind of the news hype died down for a bit, so I haven't heard much about it.
It's because
But
Tesla
yes,
hasn't announced anything.
yeah, I know, right? Elon hasn't said, yeah, we're launching 100,000 whatever Optimus robots next week or whatever. But um, yeah, humanoid robots. Let's see. I've never heard of this company, but apparently it's a German company called Neura Robotics. I guess what's surprising is they're raising 1 billion euros, so not dollars, 1 billion euros. Yeah, it's just a new funding round to help them build robots. What are the robots actually
I
do?
mean, their
Humanoid
website
robotics.
looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks cool. So they are also building humanoid robots.
Hum-
Uh,
Dog robots.
Well, like, there are actually all types of robots, not
Yeah,
just
yeah.
human. Well, everybody anchors on humans, but,
Oh, no, I'm actually saying, like, if you go to the website, there's a dog.
okay,
No.
I thought you were, like, being, like, kinda sarcastic, sick and robot.
They're building robot like, if you go to their website, they're building like, they have a hero video,
Uh-huh.
and it shows all types of robots they're building, so they're really trying to own the robotic space, it looks like, because they've got what looks like those Amazon warehouse robots that move pallets from here to
Mhm.
there.
Yeah,
You've got in-home robots
yeah,
to help you accomplish tasks. You've got
yeah,
manufacturing robots, and you've got what looks like, the famous Boston Robotics dog. They've got one of those as well.
yeah. Yeah, see, to me, this makes more sense that the robots don't need to be human shaped, right? They need to be purpose shaped or purpose
Mhm.
built. So yeah, this makes more sense. So it's like, yeah, it's got like the robots that's just arms, the dog one. Their dog one looked terrible relative to Boston Dynamics. But
It looks slimmer though, like more compact. This is interesting. So I'm looking at their Neura Omni sensor,
mhm.
intelligent human detection for ultimate industrial safety.
Okay, so
So basically, like
we can
security
track
monitoring.
we can track everything you do in the warehouses,
Yeah,
basically.
there's a camera.
Yeah. Amazon would love that. Oh, sorry, you are 5 seconds late for your shift.
Yeah.
Dock you an hour's worth of pay. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, another robotics company, big funding round. So we'll see how it goes. I think Europe in general just needs their robotics company. So maybe this is it.
Well, they do. They coin themselves as Europe's first production-ready humanoid
Yeah.
robot.
Yeah. I figured
But what's the news here? So they raised
a billion.
1 billion euros. I can't see any valuation, but
Yeah.
probably in the tens of billions.
Yeah. That's about it. I think that's just it. They just got new funding. So they proceed forth. Yeah. There we go. All right.
Well, let's talk about your AI musings then. Tell me what you done in the last week since the last episode you had just kind of got it set up.
But no, we gotta kind of like start the conversation about OpenClaw. Now that we talk about OpenClaw, you said you stopped using uh, Atlas, went back to Chrome. What happened?
Well, that has no relation to OpenClaw, but
Well, I mean, but it's still, come on, it's still, it's still AI. It's still related to using AI, right?
well, it is. But you said that we got to start the conversation with OpenClaw,
No, I will kind of make it
and then you
natural.
said I stopped using Atlas.
We can't just cut into like OpenClaw.
Well, I was going to edit it.
No. Well, see,
But
this is like
anyways,
we
like,
should
yeah,
we.
so no, let's continue. So Atlas. I stopped using Atlas recently. Just a reminder, I was exclusively using Atlas, which is the browser created by OpenAI. And I still remember when I kind of used it for the first time, that magic moment, right? When
Mhm.
I asked it to do something in my browser and just took over my browser and just like made the changes for me. That was definitely a magic moment, which caused me to want to use it more. However, in the last, I'd say 2 to 3 weeks here, probably ever since OpenAI got distracted with the whole political kind of debacle with the Pentagon.
Oh yeah.
You've seen that chart, right? Of like the number of subscribers between Anthropic and OpenAI.
I think so.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you have?
I mean, I saw. I don't remember the details. I just remember like yeah, like OpenAI lost like a few
Yeah,
hundred
yeah,
thousand subscribers or something like that.
yeah. And it's like a huge dip. And I think ever since then, they've been probably reacting to that and
Mhm.
maybe losing sight of some of their products.
Yeah.
Because in the last few weeks, like Atlas has just been kind of clunky and horrible to use.
Hmm.
Often crashes.
Oh,
Uh,
really? Okay.
and yeah, like I'll be writing in it and it just pop and it just like hangs. It's like, okay. And so along with that, I've been trying to use Claude more, right?
Mhm.
And so then I started using the Claude extension in Chrome. And it's good for answers. It's pretty horrible for doing stuff in the browser.
Mhm.
But I think just in general, the snappiness of Chrome versus Alice has brought me back over to Chrome. And so where I am now is like, yeah, I'm back on Chrome using the Claude extension to get any answers I need for what's on the
Mhm.
page.
Yeah.
If I need to do something in the browser, then I'll just maybe go back to Atlas and do that because
Mhm.
Claude sucks at that. But that's random.
Do you find Claude using a lot of tokens when it's in the browser?
I don't even pay attention to that really. So I don't know.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because I'm on a max plan.
Oh, okay. That's
Are
why.
you on the pro plan?
Yeah, I'm only paying 20. I can't afford to pay 200 bucks
Yeah.
a month for that. That's crazy. Without a business. But yeah, no, it's something like a 20. It's like I was trying to I forget what I was doing. I was like doing just some what I thought was like simple stuff. I was like, "Oh yeah, take a look at this like Git repo I found and like tell me how I can build it, whatever." And it ate through like my daily usage like in that one shot. And I was like, "What?" So to me, that was like we were talking about like people switching to Anthropic from OpenAI. And I'd say like, well, the if you're cheap on the cheaper plan, it's like it's almost useless because it doesn't
Yeah.
you can't use it for an extended period of time. Where I think OpenAI is a little bit more generous. And so it's like, while I like it's like it's pointless if I can't do anything with it because it chews through like my usage quota so quickly.
Well, and you're doing this through the browser extension,
Yeah, I did it through no, not the browser, just through the web portal or
just Claude AI.
the website. Yeah, the website, Cloud AI, right?
You're
Like
trying to
every
use
like
Claude code in web to build something from a GitHub
not
repo.
Cloud Code, but I mean, I asked it in chat, right, to take a look at this, whatever this app. So yeah, I use it like any normal consumer would use it. I go to Claude AI, I go
Yeah.
to chatgdp.com and type in whatever, right? I don't download the
Well,
desktop app. I
sure.
don't use Claude Code, like the specific Claude Code. I just chat with it.
Well, there's a couple of things there. I think one, I used to be on the pro plan. I was on the pro plan for probably like almost six,
Yeah.
7 months, and I
Yeah.
never ran into that problem myself.
Really?
Why I was trying to ask more was because if you tell it to try and build something, I think it'll go and use Claude Code to do that, and that's where I think all the tokens,
Yeah.
get
But
consumed.
still, I mean, that's like if I were to do something like that, it's like it's kind of useless because like I could do the same thing with ChatGPT and it would I don't have to. It's not something I think about,
Yeah,
right? I just want to do something and I'll do it. But like with Claude, I'd like have to. It's just gonna hit my limit, or like it'll stop me halfway through and say, "Sorry, you hit your quota. Come back tomorrow, and we can finish that thought."
and you're not using it through your OpenClaw agent either, right? Claude topic
No.
models. Okay.
Oh
Yep.
no, no. Well, since they banned using OAuth and you have to pay to use, it's kind of like I can't even consider it at this point because you can't drop $1,000.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you're running into rate limits. I never did when I was using it regularly as a
Mm,
pro user. So who knows? Maybe you gotta check. You should ask it. Like, why are you blowing through your tokens so quickly?
yeah, I
I'm only using
guess.
it like a normal agent.
Yeah, I know. Like at first, I was just using it to help me like, refine like these soul and identity files for my OpenClaw, and that took like half of my daily usage for it. I was using Opus 4.6, which is it's their best.
Yeah.
I did a comparison between Sonnet and Opus, and yeah, Opus of course did better, and so that's what I was using. But yeah, no, just
Did better
that
in what aspect?
the recommendations and the way it was interpreting the soul and identity, I felt it was just a little bit more depth to it. I guess that would be the way I would describe it. There's more depth to the answers that Opus gives you versus Sonnet.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of what they do, right? Sonnet is for quick, fast, brief responses. But yeah.
I don't know. I think Sonnet's pretty good in my opinion. Like I was using Sonnet primarily for all my stuff. And
Did you
if you
compare
watch
though?
the yeah, I mean, obviously Opus is gonna be better,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But Sonnet is also good enough, is what I'm saying.
I, I see.
Like if you watch a lot of the videos on YouTube from like some of the OpenClaw
Mhm,
slash Claude people,
mhm,
yeah, it's like Sonnet is just as capable. Of course,
mhm.
Opus is gonna be better,
Yeah.
but Sonnet can do a lot for you and use less tokens.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going. So
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But like I don't know. If I'm gonna pay for it, I want to use the best.
yeah. Um, well, I mean, you mentioned OpenClaw, and
Mhm.
where I'm at with OpenClaw myself right now. I texted you last week and I said I wasn't liking it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I think this last week update, I'm back to liking it, Cami again. A couple of things. If you're using OpenClaw, just make sure to update your OpenClaw regularly. Like I
Mhm.
hadn't updated it since I installed it, and I was actually
What?
behind by like a
4
version and a
versions?
half. No,
Okay.
major versions, version and a half, but probably
Oh,
like
okay.
minor, yes, maybe like
Okay.
6 or 7.
Well, even their minor ones had tons of updates.
Yeah, yeah. So I did that, and then I think like Codex 5.3 has probably been getting better as well under the hood. So
Mhm,
last week, the things I've had to deal with when it comes to my OpenClaw bot is one, consistently forgets to run scheduled tasks. And then
mhm,
I have to be like, hey, you were supposed to give me my aftermarket report yesterday. What
mhm.
happened?
Yeah,
And I was like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. That's on me. I
yeah,
forgot. Like,
yeah.
I'll remember to do this next time. And then next time it doesn't do it again. That still happens, but not as much as before.
Mhm.
It's been pretty consistent in the last,
Yeah,
I'd say, 3 days here
mhm.
to actually perform the scheduled task.
Yeah,
And then Discord, thanks for the Discord recommendation. That's actually much better than Telegram. And so having Discord there, to spin up a new channel to do like focused conversation
yeah,
is really
yeah,
good. And I'm still like in love with the fact that I can just send it an email or tell it to look at my email or send it a
yeah,
picture and ask it to schedule it on my calendar
yeah, yeah,
and it just does it for me.
yeah.
That's like that's the use case I use the most and it's
Is
amazing.
just the emails. So you really just use it kind of like as a task manager, sounds like.
Oh yeah, it's my assistant. Like, and I don't need it to code. Like, I have Cloud Code for that.
Ah, I see. Okay. I was gonna say, like, the scheduling thing, did you explicitly ask it to, like, just schedule a cron job?
I didn't ask it to schedule a cron job. I just say, send me this every day at 6 p.m., for
Yeah,
example, or
that's
send me
what you
this
should.
every day, and then it'll figure it out.
Yeah, nah, that's one thing I've learned that, like, there was one thing I was asking, I was like, "Why don't you, like, complete these things on time?" It's like, "You should probably tell me to add it to a heartbeat have a heartbeat or just have a cron job if it needs to be a specific." So you should probably think about doing that. 'Cause, like, if you
Yeah.
just ask it to do it, it won't always do it because it's not part of its scheduled thinking, apparently.
Well, and then if that's the case, then I because yeah, I have ran into that, and so it's always like a feedback loop, right? Like, how can we do this better next time?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, just tell it it's like, "Hey," you could if you pose it as a question, then apparently it just sometimes it'll say, "Oh, yeah, you're right, I should probably do that." And just
Yeah,
try it's like, "Hey, shouldn't you set up a cron job or a heartbeat so that you don't forget?" And it'll come with an answer. Uh, anyways, just a thought. Oh, in
yeah.
Discord, if you
Hmm?
didn't know, because you have each channel as a separate session, and so you can have your agent do multiple things if it's taking a long time just by starting chatting with it in different channels. That's the main reason why I like using it.
Yeah, multi-threaded task
Yeah,
completion.
yeah.
I mean, well, that's the main reason you like using OpenClaw
Or Discord
or
specifically
just
versus
Discord.
like a lot of people, for instance, like they put in the Mac Mini, it's like, yeah, so I can use iMessage. But with iMessage, you only have a single thread. And so you can only really have it do one thing at a time.
Yeah,
Um, which is it's fine for most people. But anyways, from a
yeah. And
management
then,
perspective, Discord's just nicer.
so what about you? What have you been doing last week?
Uh, oh yeah. So I have a couple agents. One agent's been giving me it's just like it's just for some reason it's just so stupid. Like it's not doing it's like I don't know. It's like a kid or something. It's like it's not doing what I want it to do. But sorry. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I've spent most of my week still setting it up or trying to figure out what I want to do with it. And so one agent, I have her working. I've been trying to build this like system where it can pull in ideas and then evaluate whether it's a good idea or not, and like build an MVP of it. So that's what I've been keeping me awake. So basically, it'll like scan the web, whatever, look for ideas, and then it'll have like a worker that kind of like analyzes it, kind of like puts a small spec, and it kind of sends it to this group of workers that kind of evaluate it. So like like how we would discuss product. Like one would be like, all right, this is like here's how we could potentially build it. And there's another one that kind of like is the like the naysayers, like, oh well, we can't do it because of this. And then another one that kind of looks at it from like a monetary perspective, and they kind of evaluate it and whether to send it back to the first worker to, hey, here's some changes, make it, and then send it back to us. And then if it's approved, they kind of send it to the builder, and the builder will build it. So that's what I've been trying to do because I thought that was an interesting thing, right? These things, I guess I'm more of like trying to figure out how people are using it to make money or use it to work. Like you'll see if you're on X or on LinkedIn, whatever, everybody's like, oh yeah, this is how I made like $1,000 in a day using OpenClaw, which is like BS. Right? Most of them are selling courses. But yeah, no. So
So
that's how I've been.
do you have like multiple agents? You said, and they are they all invited to like one channel?
No, I've got like different channels. I've got like 10 different channels that I
But how
use.
do you? I guess the question is, how do you connect? Because you said they all validate this idea together, and they
Yeah,
send it to the builder. Like, are
yeah.
those all different agents, or
But yeah, okay, no,
is
so
that
they're
one agent
not.
that ends up sub
Yeah,
agents?
no, yeah. So they're not. So this one project I'm working on. So there's one actual defined agent. So like it right. So in OpenClaw, you have like you can set up like multi-agent where each agent is kind of like the equivalent of each other, and then each of those agents can spawn a sub-agent. Yeah. So basically, these are just think of these are like these workers are just brainless. They're not personality agents, I guess is the best way I can say it. And so yeah, they don't require they kind of work internally together, if that makes sense. I just like when it's
Well, it
called like
does,
work.
but I'm just like, do you have? So, for example, like I have Camelot, my main OpenClaw
Yeah.
agent.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and my question is like, do you have that? Plus, you've also created another agent instance.
Yeah. Yeah. So they don't so that's the other thing I've been trying to figure out is like how to get like so my first one is Oi. I call her Oi, kind of like Koi. And the other one is Washu. And so
So
I've
those are
tried to
separate agent instances,
those
right?
yeah, those are separate distinct agents in
Yeah.
OpenClaw, right? Um, and I've tried to get them to talk with each other or work with each other. I can't figure it out yet. So they kind of operate independently. But if I tell them explicitly, "Hey, boy, go talk with Washu," then she'll like coordinate somehow. But they coordinate like between docs, right? They don't actually
Mhm.
talk with each other.
And you haven't
It's
tried to invite them to the same Discord channel?
it's a mess because they operate because they're still independent. Even if they're the same channel, they kind of respond. So this is the best. I actually asked Claude to tell me why, and he was like, basically, what happens is these agents think of them as they're just sitting in a room and they have a hole in the wall, and they are basically just passing notes through that wall. They
Mm.
don't know anything that happens outside their wall. They only know what comes through that little hole in the wall.
It's like Severance.
Yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, exactly. It's like that, and so that's even if I have them in the same Discord channel and I ask a question like all tell me what you think of this, or like
They'll all
they'll
answer at the same time.
yeah, they'll all answer at the same time. They'll all give
Crazy.
me their independent answer because I was like, hey, all give me some ideas. I want to build a Feedly alternative because I use Feedly. I don't want to pay for it anymore, right? And they all came up with a separate response versus where I wanted them to
Yeah.
talk together. So my workaround for now is I kind of come up with a prompt that basically just it it's like a Rasky for my agents. So it's like I want to explore this idea, or I take the lead and then consult with Washu around like the monetization, etc. And they kind of have like a built-in Rasky that they do now. I mean, just like you would at a company, right? If somebody's the lead, makes the decisions, works with me, and then they delegate to the other agents on
Yeah.
work that might take up more cycles.
I know we talked about this a little bit last time, but why do you need that instead of just having one agent that spins up sub agents to do
Yeah, I mean, it's not necessary. I guess it's like
you're just experimenting?
yeah, it's just experimenting. And I think this is also what you'll see or see people do, right? Is either you can treat the agents as actual workers, right? Where they just like an assembly line. You can treat them like that. Or, you'll see people treat them more like how you would treat humans, right? Is you kind of delegate areas of expertise because they build memory around that, right? And so that's kind of how I've tried to set it up is like, so Oi is more of like your product builder centric agent, where Washu is more of a finance type agent, right? Because they develop their own expertise, even though, yeah, they pull from the same model and stuff, but it's like their memory is kind of like centered around the specific areas that they focus on. Versus like you could have one agent, but I mean their memory would just like be bloated if after a certain time. And so it's I guess you'll see people say like specialized agents, right? But some people go overboard. I mean, they've built like I use 10, 15 agents to do all this. And like they're each all focused on like these micro segments of a role, which is kind of pointless. But
Yeah. Yeah, no,
anyways,
it's
still experimenting. So that's kind of
yeah.
what I do. So for example, I have Oi building me this product building thing, and then I have Washu working on building me a hedge fund.
Building you a hedge fund?
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna do with this hedge fund?
So this hedge fund basically it's like I was inspired by this again this GitHub thing I found on Twitter. So basically her hedge fund it's the idea is it works kind of like hedge funds. So she has all these different persona agents that she can
Mhm.
tap into. So there's a Warren Buffett, there's a Druckenheimer, there is a Kathy Woods, right? And in each of those personas is based off of how they actually think about their investments. And so she can go out and say, all right, I'm going to use like a Buffett profile to evaluate stocks. Where can I find the where
That's
can I
cool.
find the alpha, basically, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so I'm having her build that, or I'm trying to have her build it. But like I said, she is not a builder. So this is the thing too, right? It's so like Oi has been building me stuff this entire time. And so like she's like she thinks like a product person, right? She specs it out. This is like where we start, MVP, etc. Like Washu is just all over the place. She ended up starting like building, all right, this is how we're going to manage trades, right? And I'm going to build a record keeping thing versus like she's not defining the agents. She's not defining like how do we do the fundamentals, etc. And so I'm just taking a lot more time working with her to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, basically, yeah. So building had fun, building his personas, and like I could like give like Apple, right? Like tell me what we've been doing with earnings. It's like basically give me the lowdown on Apple and so she just spit out a sheet or go and find the alpha. Where should I be placing bets or where should I be focusing on?
That's cool.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I've been experimenting with,
So
making
wait,
progress,
then
not so much, but
let me ask this then. Like, I found that typically these agents can build things pretty quickly. Like, when do you think you'll have it'd be good to see like, when will you have your hedge fund? Like, what is the process there? Like, is it because you're just going back and forth with, like,
yeah,
improvement?
yeah. So this is the other thing, right? People are like, "Oh, they'll go out, build it end to end." It's like I'm literally having to like manage her. So like
Yeah.
she'll build, I have to check in. It's like, do you want to move forward? And it's like I just build me end to end, but no, it's like it actually this is where it's taking. So it's like I'm still having to vibe code, right? It's not I can't just say spit out the hedge fund. It's like I have to sit there and kind of like watch it do stuff. And it actually takes time. So
Okay.
we'll see. I've just now figured out how to get data sources and trying to
Mhm.
tell her how to ingest them. So we'll see.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
No, it's cool. Yeah, we should continue checking in on these things. I haven't been using my OpenClaw really for building, and that mostly just because I use Cloud Code and
Hmm.
focused on my company.
Yeah.
I won't talk too much about it, but Cloud Code has been amazing in terms of like increasing the productivity that me and my
Yeah.
co-founder are able to put out things now.
Yeah.
And reason I
So
was
what does
asking
that
about
so what does that mean actually? I mean, does it mean I mean, do you still code or do you just give specs to Claude and it'll basically just build it and that's kind of like how you're doing? Because this is the other thing, right? It's like I'm trying to think, do I really need to do any of this in through OpenClaw or maybe I should just do it through like Claude Code or Codex directly and maybe that would just be faster, right? It's like am I taking a round trip to do the same thing is what I'm trying to figure out.
I think like for me, OpenClaw is still not as it's still too open ended.
Mm,
That to your point, it's hard to focus it in on what needs to focus on, right?
yeah. Yeah.
The thing with Claude Code is like Claude Code was specific, like Claude, like Anthropic,
Mhm.
specifically built developer agents with robust like rules and
Right.
specifications on what to
Yeah.
do. That's why it's so
Yeah.
good at it. Now, code like OpenAI, Codex, I mean, it's a controversy, right? Because some people like Codex better, some people like Claude
Yeah.
Code better.
Yeah.
Similarly, like Codex tool, which OpenAI has, is
Mhm.
specifically built with those rules. And
Yeah.
you can get your OpenClaw to be that way, but you need to define all those rules, right?
Right. Right.
So that's how I would answer that. And so I think the benefit of OpenClaw, which I like, is this it's always there.
Yeah.
Like I just Discord any time of the day
Yeah.
and the answer is immediate.
Yeah.
And so how do we build? Yeah, we give it specs. So like my days these days are really just talking to agents,
Mhm.
talking to like 5 or 6 agents at the
Yeah.
same time throughout the day, including my
Yeah.
OpenClaw,
Uh-huh.
and just like doing stuff. We also have leveraged the agent capability in Cloud Code. So I actually built a marketing agent, and the marketing
Okay.
agent is like the lead in terms of marketing domain.
Okay.
And it knows that on its team, it has a content writer
Mhm.
and a marketing data analyst. And that's the
Okay.
sub agents that it spins up
Got it.
when it needs to do like kind of big work.
Mhm.
And so like, yeah, nowadays, like what we recently did was we had this funnel problem, had the marketing, like we were basically spending to dead money or spending like dead money.
Mhm.
We weren't getting the right users.
Yeah.
And that was leading to just nobody subscribing in our new
Right.
app. So I spun up this marketing agent. They analyzed it. It came up
Mhm.
with like 6 recommendations.
Okay.
One of them was app changes to onboarding.
Mhm.
Another was better creative and
Yeah.
ads. And then there's these other ideas. And
Yeah.
so the app feature I gave to a different session. I call
Mhm.
him Egg, my developer.
Okay.
Gave them the specs that was
Yeah.
generated from the marketing agent
Yeah.
and had him go and code it. So that's just an example of like how we're using Claude Code, which is very similar to what you're doing.
Yeah.
Um, because with Claude, you can just spin up multiple Claude sessions.
Do
Yeah.
they do they run after again, this is because, like, my experience is just using them through the web interface, is so, like, you send them off and you just leave them open, like, you just close your browser, or do you have to keep your development environment open in order for
Yeah.
them to work, or can they work in the background if you close your computer?
So the way that we do that, well, you can keep them open, but you need to, it's like a command. And because we use terminal primarily, we don't use the web.
Okay. Okay.
So like on the VPS, my VPS is where my OpenClaw lives,
Mhm.
but I also have my company's repo there. And
Okay.
so there's a shell app called Tmux,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've read about that, yeah.
and that basically keeps terminal sessions open
Okay.
indefinitely, and you
Got
can
it.
detach or attach to them in your
I
terminal.
see. Okay.
So that's how we keep them open. And so when Claude released a remote control, I was super
Mhm.
excited because I
Mhm.
was like, now I can just keep these sessions open. And I can
Right.
just give them commands anywhere.
I see.
But what happens is with Claude Code, it's not the session, it's not the
Mhm.
terminal session, it's more
Yeah.
Claude Code times out at
Got
some
it.
point,
Got it.
and like the remote control disconnects. So I was like,
I
yeah, that
see.
sucks. I'm sure they'll fix it soon. But
Yeah.
so yeah, on my VPS, I have like 3 different sessions, all named a certain name.
Okay.
And then on my local machine, my MacBook,
Mhm.
I can create more sessions locally. And if I run Tmux on my MacBook,
Mhm.
I can connect it from anywhere. And then just if
Got
my
it.
computer goes to sleep,
Mhm.
it'll disconnect.
Okay.
So
So
that's
I guess
it's a web, but that's how I'm set up right now.
got it. Okay. So maybe that's, like, I guess that's the one advantage. Well, I guess if you wanna call it advantage or not, it's like OpenClaw is just it's just on 24/7. Well, if you choose to be, right? It's just there. Um, that's the other okay, so that's the other thing now that I think about it when listening to you explain that is why I feel like it actually takes a lot more time, is that it comes back with stuff too fast. Meaning
Yeah.
if I were working with a real developer or something, I'd say, "Go define the agent structure and build me, like 20 different agents with these different personalities. That's like a week's worth of work, right? Or a
Yeah,
few
that's a good
days
point.
at minimum,
That's
but
a good
it'll
point.
turn.
Now that you mentioned that, I would agree that OpenClaw with going through Codex 5.3 comes back way fast.
Yeah.
Whereas if I do Claude Code,
Hmm.
it actually sometimes could take 20, 30 minutes to actually
Oh, really?
process
Wow.
these things. Yeah. Depends
Okay.
on like the work is. Like
Yeah.
if it's making database calls, it's making web
Yeah.
searches, making
Yeah.
code like investigation, it's
Yeah.
thinking through a plan, validating
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. And
That's a good
so
point.
like the turns come back so fast. Well, I mean, I say so fast, but they come back fast enough. And that's the other thing that makes me nervous. Like, I don't actually know like how well it's building this stuff. I just know it's like, okay, I think it's working, right? And so that's the other thing. It's like as if you're a vibe coding, like for me, it's like because I've worked in tech, I still have somewhat of an understanding of the development process, right? And so I'm always thinking, it's like, is this too fast? Like, what's actually happening? So I'll actually, in between, I'm like asking, it's like, why does it do this? Or how did you do this? Right? It was like, why is it functioning this way? But yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't figured out how to do design yet either.
Yeah, designs it like designing assets. So that's an interesting one because like I think for that you need to connect to like Nano Banana Pro
Yeah,
and
see, that's what I thought. Cause like, so like for like Oi, this first agent who's building me this like product development system, like she built like a dashboard with cards, but it's literally just like populating with like the log data of what's happening, but it's like not distilled down for like somebody who's like not a coder to understand like exactly what all these things are doing. I want her to design a dashboard. But that's one thing I can't figure out how to do it, how to get them to do it in OpenClaw's. It's like you said, it's like not everything is built in. And so it's not like they can create like a beautiful UI and then
well,
use it.
one thing that may be built in. I know it's built in Cloud Code,
Hmm.
but if you tell it to use Next.js,
Oh, Next.js.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
it'll build a website.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I should try that.
Yeah,
Next.js.
Next.js. And I've had my OpenClaw build a couple websites that
Really?
track like CRM
Yeah.
or I
Yeah.
had one because my daughter's really into chia pudding.
Hmm.
And so I had to build a chia pudding tracker, and it's actually really good. So yeah, use
Really?
Next.js
So you
to
have to
tell it.
tell it explicitly to do it, right? Okay.
Yeah,
Because I get like these basic like these wireframe looking type pages where it just has the data and thrown on there, and I'm like, this is not
yeah,
what everybody that I've read about gets.
yeah. I will say though, like Cloud Code. I mean, just like you, I have engineering background, probably a little bit more than you,
Yeah.
but I never considered myself like a full blown, engineer.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but Cloud Code has like definitely reduced development time
Mm,
by like 90% for me.
mhm, mhm.
So it's pretty crazy.
Have you used so what do you use to actually design stuff? So, for example, I had an app idea that I just kind of wanted to like dabble into. Like building the functionality of the app, I think I could do, but I'm not sure how to approach the UI of it. Do you also have Claude do UI work for you, or do you use something else to do UI?
Claude can't really do like they can't build visual UI, but they can build specs to build UI. And
Mm,
so one of the things that I have it frequently do is like create me a prompt for Nano Banana Pro, for example,
okay.
that I can give to Nano Banana Pro.
Yeah.
There's another app, I think it was called like Galileo.
Wait. So do you feed the prompt to Nano Banana, and then you take the screenshots of the app that Nano Banana builds, and then what do you do with it?
Oh, I see.
Like, let's say I'm developing, like I'm building a weather app,
Yeah.
right? And you say, okay, Claude, I want a weather app. Give me the visual,
Yeah.
like
You
what the
you can give
UI
it
should do.
screenshots.
And
You
they'll
can give
say,
it
all right,
screenshots.
here's a screenshot, hook it up,
Yep.
basically.
Like build
And
this.
it only needs a screenshot. Like you don't like, right? Like if we build this in real life, right? The UX designer would have to build the components and the different actual image assets, and then you'd have to have the developer and just put it together. But Claude could just take a single screenshot and then divide it up and build it.
Yeah. It may not come out on the first attempt exactly the same,
Uh-huh.
and you may need
Uh-huh.
back and forth feedback. But yes, I can
Uh-huh.
take screenshots and build what you say to
Huh.
build.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Is
I
that how you do
mean,
it now? Do you actually use Nano Banana to create your images and stuff and then just
yep,
drop it back to cloud?
yep. And then I recently built, the other thing I recently did was I redesigned, I'm on a foundation for my daughter's theater,
Uh-huh.
and I recently redesigned their website,
Uh-huh.
and I used Cloud Code. And I basically told it, hey, take a look at this website.
Yeah.
I want to redesign this. I said, a new style guide would be great.
Uh-huh.
But for the most part, I want like a website that reaches this certain demographic.
Yeah.
The sitemap should stay the same. We can adjust it after, but just
Uh-huh.
replicate the site. And then, so from there, it looked at the website, said, okay, I got
Uh-huh.
what I need. It
Yeah.
suggested like 2 or 3 different color palettes, and
Uh-huh.
I chose one. Then it went through and just built the entire site.
Hmm.
And then I could run it locally before actually deploying it up, make
Yeah.
adjustments.
Yeah.
And now I'll send it to you. I'll show you after. I'll send it to you, but now it's there.
Huh. Okay. All right. Yeah, this is like the missing piece for me is how do I actually get it to do like stuff that's not text,
Yeah.
right? And I think that's the other weird thing of like interacting it with just a chat interface versus like using Claude. It's like Claude, sometimes I can get actually like an output I can see versus
Yeah.
this. It's like it's all code, or it'll try to post everything in a chat, and you'll get like 20 different chat messages, right? On output, and it's like, all right, that's the other. I can't have it
Have you used
figured
the
out.
OpenClaw control panel yet?
The control
It's the
panel.
web,
Yeah, yeah. It's so useless.
yeah. I don't think it was useless. I mean, it's
Well,
not
it's
as
not.
nice, but
I mean,
you
it's nice, but it's like not
you just see the
yet.
output. That's why I'm
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. But anyways, work in progress. I'm probably
yeah.
spending too much time on it, I guess, but we'll see.
Well, it's all
I'm
good
looking to
work.
make money. I want to be one of those people. It's like, yeah, I made $10,000 yesterday. It's just like that. 10 minutes worth of work. BS. BS so far.
It's never that easy, Tony,
Yeah. Everybody's just selling a course is what I figured out.
unless you're a nepo baby. All right. Well, let's end there. I said
Yeah.
nepo
Okay.
baby, and that triggered me to want to talk about Netflix and Warner Brothers. But we'll talk about that next week.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. Netflix Warner.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Good talk. Looks like most of it was around AI, OpenClaw, and Claude. So maybe we'll just cut the episode to talk about that. We're quickly shifting our theme here, which is fine. But yeah,
Never know.
we'll talk next week.
All right. See ya.
Bye.